What's happening, people? It's the homie Smitster 400 coming at you straight off the Ave, and this is Smitster Reacts. Shout out to all the subscribers all around the world, wherever you are. We appreciate you over here. And if you made it to this video, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe. Ain't new content daily. So look, man, the Diddy saga continues. Kim Porter's niece speaks out, and we gonna get right into this, man. We getting right into it. Without further ado, shout out to Culture Spill. Let's get to it.
It's a new day for Diddy to be sweating buckets, because allegedly he thought he paid off Kim Porter's niece, Raven Walden, who, by the way, had fled to Vietnam because she didn't feel safe around Diddy. But Raven is allegedly back and has reportedly even talked to the feds and spilled everything she knows about Diddy, which is a lot because she also doubled up as a babysitter after Kim died. Like I said, child, Diddy must be sweating buckets. Okay, y'all remember when we were talking about how Kim Porter's family wanted Kim's case reopened? And I'm talking about her family. Not some random person or a friend somewhere. Her family. In fact, there were reports that Kim's family was seeking legal advice and was in pursuit of slapping Diddy with a lawsuit for wrongful death. The family was even said to have had physical evidence to support their case. Apparently, the family was and still is undeniably shattered by Kim's death because they feel that she didn't die from natural causes. And to make matters worse, Diddy has reportedly kept the twins from having a relationship with their family in Georgia. He has isolated them and kept them from any communication. It's almost as if that side of the family doesn't even exist.
And that's not healthy. First and foremost, that's not healthy. They need to be around their family. They need to be around some people who really care about them. They need to be around some real people. And that's just messed up, man. And another thing, man, Kim Porter was a beautiful woman. Rest in peace, Kim Porter. Gotta put that out there. Condolences to the family. Let's continue.
Well, one family member is back on our TLs, but she's not really a stranger because she initially filed a lawsuit against Diddy for wrongful termination as a Jane Doe before it was revealed that she's actually Kim's niece, Raven. In fact, Diddy's team is who revealed her identity after she filed the lawsuit when they said in a statement, Raven is not the niece of Kim Porter as she falsely alleges, nor is there any legal basis for this case to be filed under the anonymity as a Jane Doe. Raven was a part-time babysitter to the twins who Mr. Combs kept on the job back in 2018 to provide continuity for the twins following the untimely death of their mother. Mr. Combs graciously permitted Raven to live in his home with her son and treated them like family. Mr. Combs will take swift and immediate action to protect his family against these false claims.
Is this the same legal team that said when Cassie's lawsuit came out that it was a bunch of BS basically, and he's, you know, basically saying that it was some BS, and then it came out that he, chasing her down the hallway doing some crazy. Like, look, bro, I'm just saying his legal team don't seem like. Let's just put it like this: they rocking with Diddy. Let's just say that they're not about justice. They gonna rock with Diddy. I mean, he's paying them, so it makes sense. But at the end of the day, I don't believe you, bruh.
So, a month after filing her lawsuit, Raven also amended it to include her name, saying that she filed under Jane Doe because she was desperate to preserve her privacy and was terrified of possible physical harm to her and her babies. She also said that she initially filed under Jane Doe because she was fearful of further shaming, blaming, and retaliation. I mean, I personally understand why she would want to file as Jane Doe, because we are speaking about Diddy here. And by now, I think we've already established exactly what he is capable of. Anywho, in the lawsuit, Raven said that she was hired to take care of Diddy and his ex-wife Kim Porter's twins, Jesse James and Delilah, after Kim died in November 2018. She moved into Diddy's Los Angeles mansion, which was raided by federal Homeland Security agents amid an ongoing investigation in order to provide help for the family. But she said things went south after she informed Diddy and his team that she was pregnant and she was fired. Now, she claimed the sole reason she was terminated as the family nanny had to do with her being pregnant. And she alleged Diddy told her it wasn't a good example for his twins to be taken care of by someone expecting out of wedlock. I know. How it
The audacity of you, sir. The audacity. Bro. She wasn't even. Anyway, bro. Anyway.
Hypocritical, coming from someone who has a bunch of kids from different women out of wedlock. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Anyway, at the time he was sued, a rep for Diddy described the case as a meritless shakedown and denied intentions of hiring Raven as a longtime employee. The rep said her babysitting services were also intended to be temporary, especially since the girls were getting older and spending most of the day at school, and they insisted that it had nothing to do with her coincidental pregnancy. And
Now look, that's one thing that you could say. You could say, "Oh, they're growing up now. They don't really need a nanny and this, that, and the third. They in school." That's a good excuse. That's a good excuse. It's some bullcrap, but it's a good excuse. Let's continue, man. Let's continue.
more so involved her not doing the job properly. The legal team actually demanded that the case be dismissed, accusing the nanny of failing to satisfactorily perform her job responsibilities and otherwise conduct herself in accordance with the standards that had been set. In addition, Diddy also said that he took reasonable steps to prevent and correct workplace discrimination, if any, and to implement internal grievance processes designed to respond to, correct, remedy, or otherwise avoid the alleged harm, if any, and that Raven unreasonably failed to utilize the preventive and corrective measures that he provided, and reasonable use of such procedures would have prevented at least some of the harm, if any, that Raven alleged to have suffered. Remember, when she filed the lawsuit, Diddy and Raven had been going back and forth during the discovery phase, and Raven claimed Diddy and his team were dragging their feet in turning over documents and information, and she even demanded $5,000 in sanctions. Again, Diddy denied the claims and said he had produced all that was necessary. His lawyer said that instead of filing the motion and wasting court and party resources, Raven should have consulted with Diddy on a production schedule in order to understand when they would be producing the documents they committed to. Sanctions are not warranted under these circumstances because the documents sought have been produced. The motion was irrelevant to Diddy's production, and Raven's counsel manufactured a dispute that did not exist. Well, according to Raven, there was also more to her wrongful termination, and behind the scenes, she alleged that Diddy terminated her contract because she was getting too close to the twins, and they started telling her things about their mother. She said that a lot of details didn't add up, and she even recommended that the twins see a specialist.
Oh, now we're getting to it. So she getting up in them girls' heads. You know how it is, man. Look, girls is gonna talk, man. Girls is gonna talk. And if you holding some stuff in and you find that there's someone you can confide in, who you can trust, because they gotta feel like they can't excuse me, like they can't trust nobody around them, right? Being that everybody around them is controlled by said diddler. So that's interesting. Let's get her out of the picture so we can maintain that hold on the minds of these young impressionable girls. Crazy.
Allegedly, Diddy hated how close she was getting to the twins, and he feared that she might find out things that she wasn't supposed to. You know, like how Kim really died, for instance. Also, think about it this way. If Diddy was terminating her job only because she was pregnant, why would she need to file the lawsuit initially as a Jane Doe? So maybe she actually got fired because, just like she said, the twins were growing increasingly close to her, and Diddy did not like that they were talking to her a lot about Kim. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Raven also found out about something that Diddy did and had to go because of that. Honey, I don't know what happened after she filed the lawsuit, but recently she dropped the lawsuit, and this was after she demanded that Diddy be sanctioned for allegedly refusing to turn over documents. Raven informed the court that she decided to drop the entire case with prejudice, meaning that she can never file that case again. Fishy, right? Child, this thing usually means that someone has settled. Now, the timing of when Raven dropped the lawsuit was a bit sus, considering that by April, Diddy had already been hit with multiple lawsuits from different people. If you ask me, the only thing that makes sense is that Raven was paid to drop the lawsuit because Diddy knows that whatever she knows could be damaging in his ongoing investigations. There were even allegations that Raven fled to Vietnam because she didn't feel safe around Diddy. So why settle now? I mean, Raven filed her lawsuit in 2022, and at the time, Diddy was not giving her the time of day. So what made him rethink his decision and settle with Raven literally years later? Guess what? Reportedly, even if he paid Raven Raven to keep her mouth shut, he was a little too late because the feds were already talking to everyone, including Raven. So if Diddy thought that he had Raven in his pockets, he was mistaken because she had already spoken to the feds, allegedly. There have even been reports claiming that with everything that has been exposed about Diddy, Raven is also willing to go public with the information she has. Honey, I will be here with my cup of tea because I know it's going to be super messy. Okay, guys, while we are still on the topic of Kim's family, there were also reports that the family members were the ones working to release Kim's book that went missing as soon as she died.
Kim know all his deepest secrets. You understand? Kim knew why he was using the butt plugs. Man, Kim probably told all that in her book. You understand? That up and got missing the day she died.
Allegedly, Kim had already sent a copy to her family, and they were working on releasing it last year before Diddy stopped it from reaching the shelves. Well, there's already an alleged book from an informant. I don't know if it's a family member, but the informant plans to publish the entire book under the title Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side. Based on excerpts that have already leaked, in chapter 1 of the alleged book, Kim wrote about how Diddy's jealousy and short fuse made her walk on eggshells, and recalled one instance where he allegedly sent her to the hospital after brutally her with a chair after she received some flowers. Kim actually described that particular incident saying, "Sean yelled, 'No. So who the F are they from?' I was bewildered and told him honestly, I don't know, probably just a fan. Then it continued," she said. "He threw the attached card at me. I picked it up to read it. Sean, he's so hard I hit the ground. Sean yelled, 'Who the F were you with the other night?' I looked down at the card that was lying next to me and it read, 'The other night was amazing. We must do it again.'" Apparently, when Kim tried to explain to Diddy who the flowers were from, he threw the flowers at her and said, "That's not how this works. You have my child. You don't touch anyone unless I allow it." OMG. Typical Diddy though, right? We've already also had a few people say that they are willing to finally tell their side of what they think happened to Kim and what happened to them. Like Kim's baby daddy, I'll Be Sure, who is already working on a documentary.
We're going to be producing the I'll Be Sure life story. So hold on to your britches, and you'll really understand how I ended up in a coma. You're really going to need to call Homeland Security.
You know, the only thing I'm worried about is that Raven may have accepted hush money because, like we've previously seen, the family can also be a bit sketchy. Remember when Cassie's hotel video went viral? Kim.
Now check it. I'll Be Sure that was a heck of a that was a heck of a little spice at the end of that, for you know what I mean? Like a little bit of bait, like stay tuned. You feel me? That was definitely a stay tuned moment, and we are definitely tuned into that.
Porter's father reacted to everything that was happening with Diddy and told Rolling Stone that he was disgusted by the released footage of Diddy grabbing, shoving, and kicking Cassie during a 2016 altercation. He said, "You can say I was disgusted with the video, and I wouldn't treat my enemy like that. It was despicable. I couldn't believe it. I was in Vietnam, and I wouldn't do that to my enemy." Kim's father also added that the horrible video has now given him a different outlook on his daughter's former partner, saying that he didn't know he could stoop that low, and he wouldn't even do a dog like that. He also shared that Kim loved Diddy, but just couldn't live with him in the same home because he was a very jealous person. He also said they both loved each other. Kim's love was legitimate. Puffy's love, I don't know what he calls love. You know what I mean? I really don't think he has any idea what love is. Jake also answered no when asked if he had ever seen Diddy get physical with his daughter Kim during their marriage, but added that anything he had seen was never to that extent, but it made him wonder. Basically, the way he was answering questions about Kim made it look like he turned a blind eye to what was happening to Kim because the money was coming in. And with Raven also settling with Diddy amidst his investigation, it's also looking like some family members are taking hush money. Well, the good thing is that not all of them are playing ball with Diddy, and we reportedly have family members more than willing to spill. Personally, I'm living for the family's POV because this only tells us that people have not been crazy when they talk about wanting the case reopened. If Kim's family also believes that their baby was unalived, then there could actually be a case here. But what are your thoughts? Why do you think Diddy chose to settle with Raven even after initially calling her a liar and an extortionist? What do you think Raven knows? Let me know what you think.
Look, first off, I don't think it's far-fetched for him to have treated treated Kim with any type of violent ways. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's far fetched that he was violent towards her. There we go. Words is fumbling. But I also feel like, I don't know, cool, Raven's about to come out and speak, or she's speaking and this, that, and the third. But if you took hush money, like, does that, like, I don't know. I don't know. And if other family members are taking hush money, you know what I mean? And how the pops, Kim's dad, has said that, you know, he never saw Diddy act like that or whatever. Like, but the question is, was he paid off? Was it just because of the money? Like, money is definitely one of them things that's gonna get thrown around in these types of cases. And I just feel like Raven, I don't know how I feel about her being paid to stay silent. You know what I'm saying? And then coming out now. I mean, I guess it's like, oh, I'm gonna take your money and I'm gonna talk. That's cold work. That's cold work. But at the same time, it's like, why even take the bread? I mean, maybe she was scared. I don't know, bro. But very interesting, man. Very interesting. I personally feel like um that was a crime, man. I don't think she died from no pneumonia. Okay? I don't think she did. I don't think she did. I really don't. And again, just how he was towards Cassie, I don't think it's far fetched that he was that way with Kim. Gene Deal, shout out Gene Deal. Gene has spoken on this. You know that he didn't see it, but he might have heard some things or whatever in the room, and you know it's a very unfortunate situation. Hopefully, justice is served. Labor Day weekend, man. We on Labor Day weekend right now. What Gene say? He heard through the grapevine something coming around Labor Day. Now we getting close, Gene. We getting close, brother. If look, cats gonna start looking at you more sideways than they already are if nothing happened to Diddy around Labor Day. We close, bruh. We close. But yeah, man, sign off in the comments how you feel about the situation. How you feel about Raven, you know, taking money allegedly. How do you feel about Raven speaking out? How do you feel about this book, these excerpts? Sign off in the comments, man. If you made it to this point in the video, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe. Salute to all the subscribers. We appreciate you over here, wherever you at, all around the world. We got people all around the world over here, and I appreciate every single last one of you. All right? Every single last one of you. South Africa, Jamaica, freaking Netherlands, Canada, like all over. Of course, the US of A. But yeah, man, the UK. Shout out to y'all, man. Wherever you at in the world, share the videos, share the page, man. We on the road to 5K. All right? Help us get to 5K and beyond. It's the homie Smitster 400. This has been Smitster Reacts. Thanks for tuning in. And y'all have a good one. I'm out of here. Owie.